Hey everybody, welcome back to my vegan kitchen. It is Veganuary.
Woo!
We are in the trenches and I'm going to give you a really quick and easy recipe today for some nice homemade bread. This is like a miracle bread. It's 1 hour from start to finish. So you don't have to do all the complicated risings and kneadings and everything. This is a quick and dirty homemade bread. So I have, you can do this in your KitchenAid or you could do it in just a bowl. It's going to be a little bit more work without mechanical arm, doing the kneading for you, but it's not going to be that bad. Yeah, it's doable. So I usually skip this step, but I'll do it for you guys, just for you, for the low price of blah, blah, blah. All right, so it's called proofing the yeast. You want to make sure that your yeast is alive. You don't want your water to be too warm, but you want it to be warm. So we're going to be using a cup of water. And this bowl just came out of the dishwasher. So it's pretty hot. But the water is super cold because I just ran it through the Berkey from the faucet at its coldest. So it should equalize somewhat. But you want it to be body temperature about. No more than 110, otherwise it's going to be a problem. You're going to kill the yeast. So to make it easy for you guys, it's just going to be a packet of yeast. But since I'm a weirdo and I have to buy my yeast in bulk.
That's a lot of yeast.
It's 2 tablespoons. So that is the yeast situation. And while we should probably put the sugar in too, because the sugar is what's going to help this thing rise pretty quickly, because the sugar is going to feed the yeast. And then the yeast is going to fart. That's the gas coming out. So that's going to give it the air, which is going to give the rise to our bread. So we'll just give it a little bit of mix. You can see already it's starting to get a little puffy. But let's oil our pan here because this is going to go quick. As soon as this is mixed up, this is going to go on our pan. And it's going to rise for 30 minutes. And then it's going to go in the oven. And under an hour, we're going to have homemade bread.
Whoa.
And it's going to be crusty and delicious and soft on the inside. So I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil in here too. Going to put a little bit of olive oil on here so that it doesn't stick. I mean, it is silicone. It's probably not going to stick anyway, but whatever.
Just to be safe.
Sure. Alright, so that's done. I think it's pretty safe to say that our yeast is alive because it's getting all puffy and farty.
What do you want to look for? Like air bubbles?
Yeah, do you see how it's like expanding a little bit? That's exactly what you want to see. So then after this, there's only 2 more ingredients. And that would be salt, because it's going to taste like wallpaper paste if you don't put salt in there. Some people like that. Some people it's a necessity. Respect. But I like a little salt in my bread. But salt is a yeast killer. So you want to put your flour in first and then put your salt on top of the flour so that it doesn't come in directly.
Oh!
It doesn't come into contact directly with the yeast because it might F with it a little bit. So we don't want that. So we're going to do 3 cups of flour. I'm going to keep that out just in case. And then we're going to put our sea salt on the top. I love to use Himalayan sea salt. It's less sodium than regular table salt because it's less processed. So I believe it's like less concentrated then. There's minerals and stuff in there that you need. The only thing is, however, when you use this, there's no iodine in it, no traceable iodine. So you're going to want to use your dulse flakes and eat seaweed and stuff like that so you get enough for your thyroid. Otherwise, you might have a problem. We're going to take this over to be mixed. Get in that bowl. I can't believe I got a little nick on this.
Uh-oh.
I know. Let's mix it, but let's start slowly because we don't want the old flour cloud. I'm going to lock it too because this is going to be rocking and rolling. So you just want this to run for a couple of minutes just to develop the gluten. It makes it stringy. Remember, when you make cookies and cakes, you don't want to work your flour because it's going to be tough. This is when we want it to be tough, so it's nice and chewy when we eat the bread.
Ta-da!
Here's your new baby. Alright, so yeah, this dough is a little bit tight, but we're going to work with it and see what happens. It might be a little bit denser. If you want a lighter loaf, then just add a little bit more water. But I'm kind of shaping it here. I've got the oil on the pan there, so the best way to shape this is just to make the top really smooth, and you do that by turning it underneath, like you fold it underneath. I guess we're going to do like a little bit of a longer loaf. Let's get some oil on there so it's nice. Actually, what we should be doing is we should roll it like this.
Ooh.
Tuck. And then we're going to cover this with some plastic wrap, and we're going to let it sit in a warm place, not hot, for 30 minutes. All right, it's half an hour later. Looks pretty sweet.
Looks good.
I got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. I'm going to take the plastic off, and I just washed my scissors, so we're going to cut a couple blowholes in this bad boy.
Oh, it looks so weird.
And we're going to pop it in the oven for 25 minutes on my pizza stone. I don't think you need a pizza stone, but I think it'll give you a better result. Bye! Behold the loaf.
Ooh, it's looking fluffy and beautiful.
So I just took this out after 25 minutes, and I would love to dive into that, but I would burn my face off.
Yeah, let's not do that.
So I'm going to let this cool for a little bit, and then we'll slice her up.
Ooh.
Slice it up.
Can't wait.
The smell of this bread is absolutely intoxicating.
We weren't even going to film this yet, but...
My husband, he can't stay away from it. He's like a fly on poop.
He said, all right, it's time to taste it.
Yeah, he said, cut it now.
Make
I'll
this
get the
cut.
bread.
I'll get the butter.
So it's still nice and warm. The outside is a little bit crusty, but you can feel it's soft. So we're gonna... Oh, cuts like a dream.
Wow. Whoop. Crumbs are flying.
Yes, that'll happen. Oh, look at the steam coming out of that.
Oh, I see it.
It's gonna melt that butter.
It's nice and soft, but it's not compressing when I'm slicing it.
Would Paul Hollywood approve?
I don't really care.
Whoa! I hope he never sees this.
If my husband shakes my hand, that's good enough for me. Let's see.
Oh.
Yes, right? Beautiful.
Let's get a closer look at that.
Even though the dough was slightly tight, it's still nice and fluffy. Whoa.
Melts.
Look at that. It's glistening. All right, you are really
You're getting a
overdoing
little
it here.
crazy.
What are you talking about? Spread it
That's
out.
enough for 2 slices.
No.
We just had the butter discussion
Yes.
this morning.
Butter my bread for me.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
There you go. Look at that. That's why he married me, sadly.
I think it was more than that.
All right, well, 1 hour, and you have homemade bread. All right, here you go. I hope you try it out. I hope your veganuary is going great. Make some fresh vegan bread. Everybody will love you for it. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back with another one tomorrow. And until then, much love.